This is Vlad here, and welcome to lesson 29. We'll continue with our effects presentation. So let's draw another shape. Maybe change the color. Okay, and go to Effect and see the next option. The next one is called Convert to Shape. And we got a couple of options called Rectangle, Rounded Rectangle, and Ellipse. Start with the first one. You can also change it later. And you can put the size or relative if you want to put extra width, or absolute if you want to make it exact. And relative maintains the original size but adds extra dimensions. So if you keep it 0, it will keep as the original. Now we can make an ellipse and click OK. Let's just see. You got the effect in the appearance panel. You can drag it down. Now, what we can do to show you the effect of the stacking, we can move it in the fill option. And you can see it's only in the fill. Now you can see the stroke is still rectangle, but only the fill has become a circle. You can add a new fill from here and put it on top. And maybe change the color. Oops, sorry, you have to have it selected, but let's do this again quickly. And there you go. You made the object from just one shape. You can, as I said, make web buttons this way, but for now let's just see what shapes we have here. So we got the ellipse, rounded rectangle, and you can choose the corner radius. You get the idea. Okay, let's delete this. So just drag it and delete. And you can delete the second fill as well. Now move on. Crop marks is for printing. We won't be using those. You'll get into Distort and Transform. The free one is called the Free Distort. And you just select a point and move it and click OK. And there you go. You distort the object. This is not permanent as in moving with the direct selection to the point. So if we click Toggle Visibility, it will be changed. Okay, let's move to the next effect. The next one is called Parker and Block. Click Preview and let's see what happens. You get this kind of deformation. Again, you can add it multiple times. Later I'll show you some other things, and once you gain a little courage, you can experiment with various effects and gain new skills. So click Cancel and move to the new one. The next is called Roughen, and it adds new points. You can change to absolute, add the level of detail, change it to smooth. So you can see here it's straight, and now the corners are rounded. And of course you can increase the settings and make something like this maybe. Okay, you got the idea. Next is Transform. This one is very important, but first let's make this a little smaller so we got some room to play with. Okay, this is fine now. So Transform. This one you'll be using a lot, and I mean a lot. Actually, I think it's one of the most used effects besides gradients and such. So let's see what we have here. The first one, you have copies. So let's add a few copies and see what happens. I'll show you how to move. You can move here and you can place copies. So you have copies of the same object. You can increase the number, of course. Be careful if you have a slow machine. This can clog your machine and put it to a halt. So be careful. Usually my machine can handle quite a lot since I have a i7, but if you have only a dual core, be cautious. Don't exaggerate with the number of copies you make. Anyway, let's get back. You can also change the vertical position like this. For now, we'll keep it at 0. You can also change the angle. So you can see you get very interesting effect. You can also change the scale and get something like this. Or maybe increase the copies. It's all to your imagination. Now you can also reflect based on X. Let's make a few less copies and reset some of the transformation. Okay. You get the idea. Put this as 0 and you can reflect on X, on Y, if it's the case. You can also scale strokes and effects. So if you make everything bigger, the strokes size will also increase, or any effect you use. It's your choice if you want to scale strokes and effects, but beware, if you have no idea why your stroke changes, you might check this one. Or you can make them random. Changing multiple times does give different values, so beware. Okay. You have also patterns, and one more thing. You have this, which shows the pointer of control for transformation, where it should go. You'll see this later as well. And this is it for the transform effect. Play with it. The next one is called tweak. So let's see what happens. You can see we get a weird distortion going on, or absolute. Then you have anchor points, in control points, out control points, and so on. The next one is called twist. This is pretty simple. Let's say 90. And you get an idea. It takes a small center point and it rotates around it. You can keep rotating. So you can see that it keeps growing and growing and growing. We can put something like 1000 and see what happens. Of course, you have to scale it up, but you can see what's going on. The next one is called zigzag, and is the last one, and basically make zigzag. It can also be used on lines, so let me make a line and try to apply the effect again. Very useful. Okay, thank you and see you in the next lesson.